So your next oil change is due, and you're now considering changing your oil to either another brand or another oil grade, but you don't know where to start. In today's video, I'll give you an understanding of what engine oil does for your motorcycle and what you should be looking for when considering changing to a new oil grade. I'm Augie F. Welcome to the channel. Let's start off by understanding why you need engine oil in your engine. If you didn't, you'd have metal parts grinding against each other, causing them to wear out quickly and also causing the engine to overheat. Now, you wouldn't really get far on a motorcycle whose engine doesn't have oil in it, and even if you do, the damage to the engine components would be significant. So then your engine oil's duty is to create a thin layer between the engine components and reduce the amount of friction between them, protect the metal parts, and eventually allow the motorcycle to run at its optimum operating temperature. Now, there are mainly three types of engine oils. The first one we'll talk about is mineral oil. This is a base spec natural oil with very little treatment to remove any impurities. It's relatively inexpensive to make and to purchase and is usually used on lower capacity engines. The main objective of a mineral oil is to protect your engine, so it really doesn't offer a lot more besides that. Next up, we have the semi-synthetic oil. Now, as the name suggests, it's a mixture between synthetic and mineral oil. It offers a good amount of balance between the performance that a synthetic oil offers and the protection that a mineral oil offers. Again, this oil is used in lower capacity or smaller engines. Finally, we have fully synthetic oils. Now, these are chemically engineered oils with additives that offer a high level of performance from a motorcycle engine. Now, keep in mind that these are also designed to sustain this high level of performance that high capacity motorcycles demand, and so their oil change intervals would be longer than your mineral and semi-synthetic oils. Now that we've understood what the different types of engine oils are, let's dial it back to what an engine oil does in the first place. In order to form a layer between the engine components, there needs to be a certain level of thickness that the engine oils have. And this would prevent the oil from just flowing off the engine components and leaving them exposed to, like we discussed, wear and tear and heating up, of course. And that's where viscosity or resistance to flow comes into play. Most fluids are thicker at lower temperatures and thinner at higher temperatures. A motorcycle engine heats up significantly and the oil inside it needs to maintain a certain level of viscosity even at these higher temperatures so that it can protect and lubricate the engine components properly. The Society of Automotive Engineers, or SAE, has established a numerical code system for grading motor oils according to their viscosity. The higher the number, the thicker the oil is, but that depends on the temperature. This is where the 10W40, 15W50 and other such oil codes that you'll see on your oil cans comes into play. The first set of numbers before W, which stands for winter, indicates the viscosity at low temperatures. So a 10W oil will be thinner in cold temperatures than a 20W oil. This is important when cranking up your engine in the cold, but isn't so significant for a country like India because our winters aren't as harsh as, say, Canada. The second number is more significant to us because it indicates the viscosity at 100 degrees Celsius, which is close to the temperature that our engines operate at. So a 10W50 oil will be thicker than a 10W40 oil once the engine is at its optimum running temperature. So which is the right engine oil grade to be using for your motorcycle? The best place to find this information is your motorcycle owner's manual. The engine oil grade that's been recommended by your manufacturer has been based on hours of testing that they've conducted to determine the sweet spot between performance and engine longevity. Now, you could try using a different oil grade from what's recommended by your manufacturer, but you would probably end up doing more harm than good in the long run. Now, in a recent Q&A that I conducted on Instagram, someone asked me whether there'd be any harm in switching between engine oil brands. The simple answer to that is no, provided that your engine oil meets or exceeds the standards set by the Japanese Automotive Standards Organization and the American Petroleum Institute. Now, there's a lot of permutations and combinations, but to keep things simple, for a modern 4-stroke engine, try and get oil that meets or exceeds the JASO MA2 standard, like the Castrol Power1 Ultimate Oil, and for a scooter, get oil that meets the JASO MB standard, which Castrol manufactures too. When it comes to the API rating, the most recent standard for petrol engines is S, followed by another letter. The later the second letter comes in the alphabet, the higher the rating is. The best and the most recent rating as of today is the SN rating, and that's what the Castrol Power1 Ultimate gets. Now, I know there are some of you out there watching this video who maybe want more information about engine oils than what I've shared in this one. And while I might not have the technical expertise or the resources available to run tests and share that kind of information with you, I do know someone on YouTube who would be able to help you. His name is The Sports Tourer, and I've linked his channel in the description of this video. In fact, it's a link to a specific video on his channel where he's conducted lab tests on the Castrol Power1 Ultimate oil and then compared those results with similar oils from other brands. Do check out his channel and let him know in the comments that I've sent you over too. If you still have any further questions about engine oils that I can help you with, please by all means ask them in the comments of this video. I'll do my best to answer them. As always guys, at least wear your helmets while riding your motorcycles and your masks whenever you head out in public, and stay safe. It's a freaking jungle out there. Goodbye.
Net pass with a great bag. Came up, you can't hate that. Self-made, you can't take that. Yeah, self-made, you can't make that. Some said I need a record deal, I need a co-sign, I need a Dre track. But all the time I had a mean flow, I had a cold grind, and that's a great match. Payback, codes and I make racks. In my pockets gon' stay fat, cause I murk beats and I slay.